Today's topic is order of operations. So the order of operations are the steps used to simplify an expression. Steps used to simplify an expression. So an expression does not have an equal sign. An expression example could look like 24 minus 3 divided by 7. There's no equal sign. Or 7 squared minus 3 plus 8. No equal sign. So if you get something that has operations, no equal sign, then you're going to use order of operations. Okay, so your steps are GEMDAS. You may have heard of PEMDAS. GEMDAS is similar. It's just that G stands for groupings. So groupings can include things in parentheses, absolute value, brackets. Next, the E stands for exponents and radicals. So example of an exponent would be this. An example of a radical would be this. Next is multiply or divide. And that is always whatever you come to first when you're going left to right. Next, we add and subtract. And again, it's whatever you come to first when you're going left to right. All right, we're going to evaluate each of these expressions using our steps. So I'm going to list my steps on the side. We're going to start with G, looking for any groupings. Now I see parentheses, but in this case, the parentheses are used to represent multiplication, not a grouping. I don't have any groupings that I need to take care of. Next, I'm going to look for exponents or radicals, and I don't see any of those. So we're going on to multiply, divide. Again, it's whichever I come to first. So here's addition, here's division. So this is what I need to do first. So 54 divided by 3 is 18. I'm still on multiply or divide because now I see that I need to multiply 18 and 2. All right, now I am done with multiply, divide, and I'm on add or subtract. And 7 plus 36 is 43, and that's my final answer. Number 2. Write our steps. Looking for groupings, and I do not have any. Looking for exponents, and I do have that. I have 4 squared. 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, I have taken care of exponents. Now I'm on multiply or divide. So let's subtract. Here's multiply. So I need to take care of that next. So negative 16 times 3 is negative 48. And done with multiply and divide. Now I'm going to add or subtract, whichever I get to first. And the first thing I get to is subtracting. So I'm going to circle my two integers. I see that they're different, which means I need to find the difference. 48 has greater absolute value, so I'm going to have a negative 24. Okay, I'm not done with adding or subtracting because I still need to take care of this. Circle. They're different, so I'm going to find the difference. And this has greater absolute value. So my answer is negative 9. Number 3. Steps. Looking for groupings. Okay, I do see that I need to find the absolute value of negative 18. So let's do that. The absolute value of negative 18 is 18. Okay, we're done. Now we're on exponents, which I have right here. 9 squared is 81. Multiply or divide. So this is the first thing I come to, and it's division. 28 divided by 4 is 7. All right, I'm done with multiplying and dividing. Now I'm on to add or subtract, whichever I come to first, which is 81 plus 7. 88 minus 18. Okay, now I need to subtract. So let's circle. I have different signs, so I'm going to find the difference. And this has greater absolute value. So my answer is 70. Number 4. Grouping. I do have to take care of this grouping inside. And within that grouping, I have to take care of this first. So that 2 to the 5th power is 32. Now I can subtract. And now I've taken care of what's in the grouping. Now we need to take care of this exponent. 6 times 6 is 36. Okay, multiply or divide. 48 divided by 3 is 16. And our last step is to add or subtract, which gives us a sum of 52. All right, number 5. Oops. Okay. Looking at groupings. So here's one group I'm going to take care of, and 9 minus 5 is 4. Here's another grouping. So I need to take care of one at a time. So now I'm going to take care of this group. And in that group, I need to multiply or divide first. Now I can do 18 minus 12, which is 6. All right. Now we have taken care of this grouping. And I'm on exponent. So I have 4 to the 3rd power, which is 64. That's what I've taken care of. I don't need to multiply or divide, but now I need to add or subtract. So these are my two integers. They're different signs, so I need to find the difference. And 64 is greater absolute value, so my answer is positive. Number 6. All right, I do see a grouping, so we're going to have to take care of that first. So I'm just going to rewrite everything else. And in that grouping, I'm going to take care of 3 to the 4th power. So that is what I'm going to focus on first. All right, now I can take care of this. So 53, negative 81. So my signs are different. So I'm going to find the difference, which is 28. This has greater absolute value. So it's a negative 28. We're now done with what's in my groups. Now I'm on exponent or radical, which I do have right here. Square root of 16 is 4. Okay, now we're on multiply or divide. So this is what I need to take care of next. So 7, negative 28 divided by 4 is negative 7. And the last step is to add or subtract. And 7 minus 7 is 0. So 0 is my answer. Okay, on page 29, we have more examples. Write my steps. Take care of groupings. So I'm going to take care of this grouping first. 9 minus 2 is 7. Not done with groupings because I have this group to take care of next. So 3 minus 17 is negative 14. Okay, so now we need to find the absolute value of that. 7 squared minus the absolute value of negative 14 is 14. We're done with our groupings. Now let's take care of exponents or radicals, which I have here. So 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, I do not need to multiply or divide, but I do need to add or subtract. So from left to right, this is the first one I come to. And 49 minus 14 is 35. And then finally, I need to add. So I end up with 39 as my answer. Number 8. Write our steps. Okay, we're going to start with our groupings. So we're going to do this group first. So I have the square root of 29 minus 2 squared is 4. And now I can take care of that. 29 minus 4 is 25. Okay, so that group is now taken care of, and we can focus on this group next. 11 minus 8 is 3. Okay, we are done with groupings, and now we're on exponents or radicals. So I can find the square root of 25, which is 5, and then I have 3 squared, which is 9. All right, multiply or divide. 45. And the last step is to subtract, which gives me positive 19. Number 9. All right, I do not have any groupings. I do have exponents, so I'm going to take care of this and this. So let's rewrite. 4 to the 3rd power is 64. 5 to the 2nd power is 25. All right, so I've taken care of my exponents. I'm on multiply or divide. I can't quite do that yet. I first need to come up with these sums and differences. So we're going to skip down here and find 18 minus 64 plus 25. I'm going to use my circling. I can see I have to find the difference, and the difference is negative 46. All right, now I need to find the difference again because they're different signs. I get negative 21, and then these you need to find the difference. And now we're able to divide and get negative 7. Number 10. Okay, I don't have any grouping symbols, so I'm going to skip to exponents, which I do have. 4 squared is 16. Okay, now we're on to multiply or divide. So in order to do this last division step, I'm going to take care of what's on top and what's on bottom first. But I still need to use these steps. So I do need to multiply or divide first. So 16 times 6 is 96 minus 3 times 6 is 18. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Okay, so I've taken care of multiply and divide, and now I'm going to add or subtract. So 96 minus 18 is 78, and 11 minus 5 is 6. All right, now I can do this final division step, which leaves me with 13. Number 11. Our steps. Okay, we're going to look for groupings, which I see right here. 5 minus 2 is 3. All done with my groupings. Now I'm going to look for exponents and radicals, which I have here and here. So 2 to the 7th power is 128. And 3 to the 3rd power is 27. All right. Now we're going to do any multiplication or division, which we see right here. I get 128 minus 27 plus 3 and 12 minus 14. All right, so now we're on add or subtract, and we go from left to right. So 128 minus 27 is 101, and 101 plus 3 is 104. 12 minus 14 is negative 2. All right, on our final step, we divide and we get negative 52. Number 12. All right, so we're going to take care of this first. The absolute value of negative 34 is 34. And we have the rest of the expression. All right, exponents. I have one right there. 4 times 4 is 16. All right, well, I multiply or divide, but in this case, we need to take care of this before we can do that final division step. So let's take care of these. So 16 minus 6, so this is the section I'm doing, is 10. And 3 minus 8 is negative 5. 10 divided by negative 5 is negative 2. So that's what we're going to write here. All right, final step is to divide, which gives me negative 17. Number 13. Okay, we're going to look for any groupings, which there are none. I do see exponent right here, so we're going to take care of that first. So 2/3 to the second power is the same thing as multiplying 2/3 times itself twice. 2 times 2 is 4, and 3 times 3 is 9. So that's what we're going to get. All right, done with exponents. Now we're going to look for multiplication or division, which I see right here. So I'm going to multiply those together. So 7 times 9 is 63, and 6 times 14 is 84. All right, so now we can simplify this. Both of them are divisible. Or both of them can be reduced to 3/4. All right, so now we're going to add or subtract, whichever we come to first, which is this. So I need a common denominator, which is 12. So that would mean multiplying this by 4. So I need to multiply this by 4. To make this 12, I'd multiply it by 3, which means I need to multiply that by 3. All right, now we're ready to subtract, and we get negative 5/12. All right, so I need a common denominator in order to take care of this. Common denominator is 36. So to make this a 36, I'd multiply it times 3. So I need to multiply that times 3. This I'd multiply by 4, which means I need to multiply 4 by 4. Okay, now that my denominators are the same, I need to do negative 15 plus 16, which is 1. And my denominator stays the same. Number 14. Okay, no groupings, no exponents. I do see multiply or divide. So we are going to take care of this first. Now, in order to do this, I'm going to make this a fraction. And we know to divide fractions, we're going to actually multiply by the reciprocal. All right, so when I do that, I get negative 3 over 60. Well, I can simplify those. Negative 3 and 60 are both divisible by 3. So that would simplify to negative 1/20. All right, then we have minus 4/5 plus 1/8. Okay, so I need a common denominator. The common denominator of all of these is 40. So to make that a 40, I'd multiply it by 2. So I need to multiply this by 2. To make this 40, I'd have to multiply by 8. So I'm going to multiply that by 8. To make this a 40, I'd need to multiply by 5. So now I am ready to add and subtract. Negative 2 minus 32 is negative 34. Negative 34 plus 5 is a negative 29, which is in simplest form. Okay, now it's your turn. Your assignment is to do 2 pages. Homework 8 is a 2-page document, so make sure you do pages 30 and 31.